Stop scrolling. If you are trading crypto and still wondering which exchange is better, MEXC or Phemex, this video might save you money. Because the real question is not which exchange is better. The real question is which exchange is quietly draining your account every single day. Most people lose money in crypto not because they pick bad trades, but because they pick the wrong exchange for their trading style. Today I'm going to break down MEXC versus Phemex in a very different way. No hype, no paid review talk. Just how these two exchanges actually affect your fees, your risk, and your psychology as a trader. Section 1. The core difference most people miss. Here's the truth nobody tells you. MEXC and Phemex are not real competitors. They are designed for two completely different types of traders. And if you use the wrong one, you are basically paying a hidden tax on every trade without realizing it. Most reviews compare features, number of coins, or how nice the app looks. That's surface level. What really matters is how the exchange interacts with your behavior when you place trades, especially if you trade futures or use leverage. Section 2. Fees are not just numbers. Let's talk about fees because this is where most people stop thinking too early. On paper, MEXC looks insanely cheap. Zero maker fees, very low taker fees both on spot and futures. For active traders, scalpers, or anyone trading frequently, this immediately feels attractive. Less fees means more profit, right? But here's the part people don't think about. Low fees change how you trade. When fees feel cheap, you trade more. You enter faster, exit faster, and sometimes overtrade. That's not always bad, but only if your strategy and risk management are solid. Phemex, on the other hand, has higher fees compared to MEXC, not crazy high, but enough that you feel them. This naturally forces many traders to be more selective with entries. Fewer trades, more patience. That can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. Section 3. The real cost is not the fee. Here's where the real danger is. The real cost is not just the trading fee. It's how liquidity, price movement, and liquidation mechanics interact with your leverage. On MEXC, many traders love the low fees but complain about getting liquidated faster than expected. Not because the trade idea was wrong, but because price spikes and funding behavior can work against small accounts. If you're trading with a small balance, even a tiny difference in price execution can wipe you out. That's why asking which exchange is cheaper is the wrong question. The right question is, which exchange matches my risk tolerance and trading style? Section 4. Who should use which exchange if you are a frequent trader? Scalper or someone who understands risk and wants to minimize fees aggressively, MEXC can make sense. Especially if you want access to many coins and futures with very low trading costs. If you trade with higher leverage, take fewer trades, and care more about structure and execution discipline, Phemex might be a better fit. Not because it's perfect, but because it forces you to slow down and respect your entries. Section 5. Why most people still lose. Most traders don't lose because the exchange is evil. They lose because they don't understand themselves. They copy strategies, chase signals, and then blame the platform when things go wrong. MEXC and Phemex are tools. Powerful tools. And like any tool, if you use the wrong one for the wrong job, you get hurt. Section 6. The psychology trap. Here's something most people don't want to admit. Exchanges don't just charge fees, they shape your psychology. When an exchange feels cheap, fast, and easy, you feel encouraged to click more. More trades, more leverage, more emotional decisions. When an exchange feels slightly restrictive or expensive, you naturally hesitate. That hesitation can either protect you or frustrate you, depending on your mindset. This is why two traders can use the same exchange and get completely different results. The exchange doesn't decide your outcome. Your behavior does. And the exchange either amplifies your discipline or your bad habits. SE in small accounts versus big accounts. If your account is small, every decision matters more. Fees matter more, slippage matters more, liquidation thresholds matter more. A small mistake that a large account can survive might completely wipe you out. That's why copying what big traders do is dangerous. They can afford drawdowns. They can afford inefficiency. You probably can't. So choosing an exchange that fits your current account size is more important than choosing the most popular one. Section 8. Stop asking the wrong question. Most people ask, which exchange is better? That's the wrong question. The right question is, which exchange hurts me less based on how I trade right now? Because no exchange will save you from bad risk management. But the wrong exchange can accelerate your losses faster than you expect. If you trade frequently, low fees matter more. If you trade with high leverage, execution and liquidation mechanics matter more. If you are emotional, impulsive, or revenge trade, the exchange will punish you no matter what logo it has. Section 9. How to use both without getting wrecked. Here's a smarter approach most people never consider. You don't have to marry one exchange forever. You can use different exchanges for different purposes. One for low-fee frequent trading. One for more structured, slower setups. Professionals think in systems, not loyalty. The moment you stop defending an exchange and start treating it like a tool, your results change. And if this video helped you think differently about MEXC versus Phemex, do yourself a favor and don't rush. Check the links in the description and choose based on how you actually trade, not how someone on social media trades. If you decide to try Phemex, use referral code IE78V7 to get 30% fee cashback. If you decide to use MEXC, use referral code MEXC20 cashback to get 20% cashback on futures and spot trading. These won't make you profitable, but they will reduce unnecessary losses while you learn. I'm not here to tell you which exchange is the best. I'm here to help you stop bleeding money from mistakes nobody warns you about. If you want more honest breakdowns like this, subscribe and stay safe. Trade smart, not emotional.